Hello, my name is Andre V and I'm the founder of Parcel Central. Today we are doing the wrap-up video. What happened in 2024 and what will be around in 2025. My today's guest is Francesco Tribuni. Hi Francesco, how are you doing?
Very well, Andre. Thanks for hosting me, and hi to everyone.
It's really nice to have you here. Although we have been lately doing things together, but this nice pre-Christmas mood. Let's dive into the 2024 in logistics in out of home in last mile. So, what are the things you recall when after 5 years you have to talk about 2024?
Well, for sure, I will recall about Parcel Post Expo. It was my first one that I joined in October in Amsterdam, and I saw the highest level of logistics worldwide speaking, not only because of carriers, but about solutions, about groups of discussion, about the willing to change the landscape of the delivery industry. And for sure, I will remember a lot how many local manufacturers or solutions beyond the out-of-home industry were in Amsterdam. If I'm right, but for sure, better than me the exact number. There were more than 20 lockers stands in the event, and a lot of micro events during inside the stands, like if for Modern Expo, Block, and UPU, and many others that hosted very interesting events.
I do support you on that definitely, because for me also it wasn't the first post expo, but I sort of felt that out of home delivery is now getting important and let's say the most prominent, because I feel that parcel locker related services and products were in the central piece of this year's expo for sure.
Yes, because out-of-home industry is leading down and for the better the shipping cost internally and for shippers and for final consumer. And this is for sure the best or the most important topic for next year for all the whole parcel industry. Because think about InPost, for example, their average price based on the quarterly report, it's more or less €2.30. It's a European level price, so it's not the same for everyone. But it means that the shipping cost is lowering down, that is more accessible for everyone. And this creates a new level of approach that starting from checkout will lead to a new approach about how to manage a parcel company, how big is has to be the structure, how is it automatized, and how the last mile will be done. Because as you have lockers or service points almost everywhere, or in a sleeper distance, as you say, it's more easy to not to fail in terms of delivery attempt, or to be more near to everyone and to be more near to an industry that is growing a lot. We read about it in 24, especially with Vinted, that gained a new investment from the market, so that is now worth more than 5 billion euros. So it's the market is C2C. That for sure in 2020 such a lot, and out of home, from my opinion, has the perfect match for the C2C.
I do support that statement also. I think also that the Vinted and InPost are in a mission of democratizing the delivery, both on the quality and costs side. And I do also see that the InPost new pricing model for cross-border deliveries in Europe, starting from the €6, this is a breakthrough, and this is going to be laying the ground for the future cross-border developments in Europe. So well noticed, Francesco. I think InPost and Vinted have done a great job on that.
Oh, you opened an interesting additional point, Andre, that is cross-border, because more than in the past, consumers and shippers, fortunately too, are more familiar with cross-border shipments because it's easier. Fortunately, Europe or European Union, it's a huge market of 27 countries, almost 500 million people. More than in the past, we are purchasing online from a different country, and this open to a new revenue stream for every parcel group, especially at group level, because they are more established, where they have the network to create a cross-border experience that it's easy, low price, and fast. I would say also fast because, for example, what's happening from a Chinese super seller, they escalate the VAT exemption, duty and taxes. They are doing everything under the law, let me say, but they are doing this better than others. And nowadays we have millions of parcels every day landing in Amsterdam, Schiphol, in the Budapest airport, or in any other medium or big airport around Europe. And by that, they make a big usage of direct injection. So from China or from everywhere, they create a last mile label. And by that, they make a perfect cross-border activity. So the shipping price will be low. And many times they are trying to offer an out-of-home choice at their checkout. And similar to this is what InPost, for example, did with the recent news about cross-border shipments. We made a test and we are making additional ones with Tour de Lockers. I'm happy that all of you watching this video will follow these experiments. And we made the shipment from Poland to Italy, €6.80. That is less than a cent per kilometer. So it means that everyone in Europe, as a private users, can sell online what they have at home. So with a C2C model. So this is for sure the era of cross-border and out of home again.
Absolutely. And the next leg will be from Italy to Portugal.
Yes, you're right. The shipment was created this Tuesday, was collected by the carrier that we'll mention in the first post, probably tomorrow or Monday. And in this case, it will be a service point to service point because it wasn't possible at this time to buy a locker to locker shipment. And why we are doing this? Because we do an Julian to share and to promote more the out of home experience around Europe that fortunately is leading this industry. And there is nothing similar anywhere else except for China, but China is leading also for this. And it's a different approach from a legacy model that is totally based on home delivery.
So exactly. So this is the experience intention to figure out the delivery models available, and now we figured out that from Italy to Portugal there is no locker to locker delivery, or if there is, so please contact us and give us the information about those options, because this is exactly our mission, to promote out of home delivery options cross border.
Yeah. It will be a very long-lasting experiment, probably 1 year or even more.
No, I've been planning 2 years to finish this test, but let's see. Maybe the delivery will get also quicker during this experiment. But you mentioned good point also. You said talked about networking and creating networks, and this is, I think, not only networks but also collaborations. We saw this year several collaborations like DPD and GLS in Germany and some other big collaborations. What do you think? Is it also some kind of sign that that companies will start work together instead of competing?
Well, just yesterday I was reading a report from Fox Intelligence about how we bought in Western Europe mainly during Black Friday. The key factor, as always, is the price. 75% of the time people choose to buy something due to the price, and it's the same for the parcel delivery industry. So this to say that a pure out-of-home network can offer a very low shipping cost. So for all the other carriers to develop their out-of-home network and to meet this increasing demand for lower shipping price, and together with out-of-home methods, the fastest ways is to collaborate. For example, like you mentioned, GLS in Germany, GLS and Orlen Poczta in Poland, Nova Posta and InPost in UK, but many others will come. It's the only way to grow fast your network, to access to locations that it's such a problem when you have to install a new locker. So this is the fastest way, and I think that this will lead to, in 25 and 26, to new merger and acquisitions, both for locker manufacturers and for carriers.
Absolutely. I think collaboration and consolidation is the words in our industry in upcoming years. But still, the opposite of collaboration is big platforms and concentration. And we have also those present in our industry, whether we are talking about Amazon or we are talking about Chinese platforms, who has been also quite an active on the European market this year. What do you think about that?
Well, it's something that has already started. Amazon created internally their delivery structure some years ago, and now it's a product. Similar as it happened to AWS. Cloud was an internal cost. It became the most valuable product of Amazon, and Alibaba created Cainiao in Europe, or landed Cainiao in Europe, and that is now covering almost totally Spain. I think that something similar will happen in the near future, like Vinted, for example, created their own network for France. They acquired a minor carrier in the Netherlands. So I think that the future will be more likely to have, on the eye of the final consumer, one only company, an end-to-end process from the online sales to the delivery. And probably this will lead to more collaboration or merge from between marketplaces, for example, and carriers.
Yes, this is for sure. The industry is looking for the right model to behave. But let's talk about this future. We covered the main things this year, but what are you looking exactly from the next year? What are the things you think will dominate in last mile industry 2025?
Well, for sure, price, shipping cost, I think that will continue to stay stable or decrease, especially due to the development of out of home. And yes, out of home network collaboration. What we saw in this year was just the beginning. There will be probably 2 or 3 times more in 2025. And I think that's an interesting example that for sure you know better than me. It's the Londoners lockers of Royal Mail that are such an important news. It's a company that is changing right now due to the new acquisition that was confirmed a few days ago. And this model will lead the market in this year, especially in a country like UK that had such a lower adoption of out of home. But you are the Londoners guy.
Yeah, this is for sure. I think that 2025 will be UK out of home expansion, or I would call it even explosion, because I think that the competition is leading to the better and better service for the customers and the retailers, and the market participants will invest heavily into that market. So we have definitely keep an eye on the UK market, because there will happen different things next year.
Probably some other industries will access to out of home, maybe retailers, pharmacies, or B2B too, because at the moment we are always thinking or relating out of home to B2C, cross-border e-commerce. But I think that for sure, even the B2B with small parcel or medium parcels will start focusing more on this industry and accepting it as a new delivery method for example, for their tens of thousands of technicians around Europe that every day have to collect a parcel from a carrier.
And what comes to automation and software side, what are your views on this development for the next years?
Well, for sure, multi-carrier will be again and again mandatory, and API integration must be easy. And well, I don't know what else could happen, but for sure, having more carriers at checkout, plus or mainly out-of-home options from carriers, will be absolutely mandatory for all shippers, for all marketplaces. And what will lead the real change or the shift from home to out-of-home will be like offering home delivery as a premium service and the out-of-home as the cheapest service on the eye of the final consumer.
Okay, and for ending this discussion about the next year, also, what is your prediction? Is it going to be more interesting and more year for growth than this year, or it's sort of stable, or we see some kind of decline in our industry? What's your guess if you have to bet it today?
Well, in terms of volumes, I feel that it will continue to grow because I don't think that European Union or US Congress will have the force or to cancel completely VAT exemptions and de minimis, because even if they downgrade it, currently the average order volume from Chinese platform it's most of the time below €100 or $100 or even less. But all companies will be forced to adapt to new technologies, to new delivery methods, and this will reshape the market. I think mostly with mergers and acquisitions. Like, for example, this year with Every or no, no. I think that this will be the main driver, an highest level of technology adoption. So to stay in the market, let me say.
Okay, Francesco, thank you for this time and this discussion here. It has been real pleasure talking with a so professional and bright person. So thank you. I wish you a nice Christmas and happy New Year.
Happy Christmas to you, Andre, and to everyone following us. And remember to follow Tour de Lockers.